So come on in, take a sip. Let's wind down. It's Tuesday, and it's a lovely day here in northern Bavaria. And I've got a white Grauburgunder. It's a dry German white, mixed in beautifully with some sparkling water. It's what we call here in Deutschland ein Weinschorle. And it is so good and so refreshing. And just kind of brings out just those wonderful essences, the florals you get from the Grauburgunder. But because it's diluted to that degree, right, you can actually drink it and enjoy it. It is really quite a lovely experience. And so if you haven't had one of these, you should probably try one. Just about a 50-50, whatever ratio you're best with, right? But quite yummy, especially as we're coaxing into fall. It's lovely stuff we can do with these things. And the dictionary.com word of the day is betimes. And that's just an adverb meaning early or in good time. So the only way to be, right? After all, if you're on time, you're late. I've always been very punctual. Kind of think of it as it's a good way to get to know somebody, right? Are they also punctual? What does this say about their personality? Yeah, what it is. My name is Christopher. I am delighted that you're here to help me solve this Guardian Cryptic. Hopefully we'll be somewhat successful. I've had a lot of help lately. And again, huge shout out to Neil. Musty came up, right? One of the most endearing supporters of our channel. Just an amazing individual all the way around. And he actually came to Germany, spent 3 days with us here, and it was fantastic. And boy, did he give me a primer worth having on solving the Guardian Cryptic. So I really appreciate that, Musty. Thank you. You are always welcome. Can't wait to have you back. So we have a Guardian Cryptic crossword number 29783. And again, it just feels like we're just stuck in this number forever here. This one's set by Vlad. So let's go ahead and hop on into our grid and see what we've got. Because, why not? Moving about after leaving center not allowed. Okay, so moving about after leaving center not allowed. So we got 4 letters. I'm looking for a 5-letter word. We got after, and we've got about, center. The center's not allowed. After, no, leaving center. And then not allowed. Okay, so moving about, and then after leaving center, and then not allowed is how I'm thinking I need to parse this sentence. So I'm going to go with about. And if I take out the center, which is an O, 4 letters left. If I anagram that, not allowed, looks like taboo. Or at least a variation. So, okay, works for me. I always got to have a fresh piece of gum. Moving about after. Yeah, I think that we might be onto that. Some taboo. I wonder if that's the English spelling, or like the UK spelling of taboo. I don't know. I've seen it spelled that way before. Is cutting politician not all there? That's obvious. Is cutting politician not all there? That's obvious. So I feel like I got a Trump in here, but something's not going to be in the word Trump. Not all there, and that's obvious. So United clear out involving boss finally leads to boost. United clear out involving boss finally leads to boost. Breasts extremely large, and does my bum look big in this? Okay. Breasts. Okay, breasts could be a bust, bosom. My bum look big in this. Dirty like Duke found inside dressing. Got 5 and 3. Dirty like Duke. Inside dressing. I'm gonna go with a salad oil and so it could be soil a la Duke, maybe. So then breasts extremely large, and does my bum look big in this? Okay, that looks like this could be a bustle. I was kind of on to it in a way, but I wasn't sure what it would be. I didn't get the does my bum look big in this, but if you think, why Kate, your bustle is showing. How lewd, is what I think Doc Holliday said in Tombstone. And I guess that was supposed to be Big Nose Kate. What did I just do? Oh, hit the wrong buttons. Okay. Bust. Oh, okay, got it. Is cutting politician not all there? That's obvious. Is there any chance of you? United clear out involving boss finally leads to boost. And what do we got down here? Loss of trust in ice and Pratt. Bigly, I'd run. Okay. That's obvious. Could be a truism by definition. I can see that we would have Trump cut. So it's not all there, so the P is gone. And is Trump, so maybe the is in there. United clear out involving boss finally leads to boost. I guess could be an upsurge. And so if you cleared out, so we got this US here, United, maybe, and then we have this purge. So I guess that might be something in here. So loss of trust and Pratt. Bigly, I'd run. John's bar is pretty basic. And okay. Rugged cowboys not involved, if so. No, I don't know. Early singers a joke. The early singer, we're talking about a bird, and also a joke could be a lark. So, okay. Support announcement of D Road. Maybe maybe 4 and 3, maybe root 4. Like route 4, route 66 type of thing. I don't know what D road is. Maybe that could be route 4. No. They take up defenders' responsibilities. So we get this O here. In American football, we'd be talking about probably the same thing you'd be talking about in rugby, right? Probably block and tackle. And there's no way for me to really just see right into it like I could any other, I mean, because I don't have all the intersections, you know. This was different between this and the New York Times. Risk coming a cropper on one in Chamonix. So my assumption here is a ski run. And does that help here? Playing well. Arsenal wingers relaxed. Relaxed. Playing well. Arsenal wingers relaxed. So relaxed. Informal. Maybe. This looks like rugged. I'm not sure about cowboys not involved. If so, I'm thinking pretty well built. And if this is to say that cowboys not involved, they would not build something well. I don't know. I don't, maybe because it's chuck wagons and stuff that they're operating out of versus say a house. I don't know. But this is a Tuesday and it's making me really work for this one. Don't mess with her. Hubby's last lament. John's bar is pretty basic. Are we talking about the bog standard? You know, basic? Again, I don't know. Is this a hubby's last lament? Are we talking about a threnody? Don't see that word very often. Usually I see a eulogy or something like that, you know, a paean, you know. I like it if it fits, if it works. Tree in Wigan sheep attacked. And here we have this loss of trust in ice. I'd run. Okay, loss of trust would be probably a credibility, and I'm assuming we're talking about a gap. Bill needs this bloke, unfortunately transferred. Back shortly going round affected island. Well, the T, island, thinking Tahiti. Back shortly. Ta-T. I don't know. Dope turned up in secure country. Marge and Homer's second son. Female setters possibly receiving letter. They may be put on trial. Female setters. Objects for experiment satisfactory. Tree and vegan sheep attack. Maybe a weeping ash? And gash. Yeah, okay, so weeping gash. Maybe embarrassed aunt with secret observations. Not allow back. Not allow back. Maybe sanction? Try it. Heard AIOU might be complicated. Heard a IOU might be complicated. What Vlad liked to do to support church. Impaling, dog eating leftover pie crust. It follows he's the guilty party. So maybe we've got a culprit on our hands. So it's altogether possible. So maybe pierced. And with that, pierce, support of the church, right? So Church of England and appear. But I got this backwards somehow. Pierce. So appear is support for the Church of England. You see, Musty, I'm getting there a little bit. Some of these block and tackle probably not gonna, oh, look what I did there. Look at me, I'm doing this left and right. I gotta watch where I'm fat fingering stuff here is what I need to do. Animal refuge. Why say it's fake news? Animal, so a den, fake news. Oh, okay, deny maybe? Deny, so why say it's fake news? Den, why? Huh. So heard a IOU might be complicated, and I don't know if I'm parsing that right or not. I really don't know. I mean, heard a IOU might be complicated, but complicated can be naughty, among other things. So, you know, something. If you haven't noticed, I have not gone up here to prosecute the credibility gap crosses yet because I'm nervous that's not right. So I'm just kind of hanging out down here, avoiding it like a head in the sand, you know, ostrich type behavior. Okay, still not quite sure with the embarrassed aunt with secret observations. Okay, oh, it could be utterances. Other ants. Yeah, I can see where it's coming in there. But secret observations, utterances would actually work. So that said, dope, no. No. Okay, female setters. I'm going to go with sheepdogs. They maybe put on trial. I mean, and this one I just don't quite get. Possibly receiving letters. Gonna start just wildly guessing here any second now, but dope turned up in secure country. So, Senegal? Second sign. I mean, what have we got going on here? Marge and Homer. Married in love. There's an O. Second sign, maybe a Leo. I don't even get that. I don't even make sense. There's not. Before children's party, taking pill not planned. Maybe by chance, bon chance. Okay, seem like we're getting pretty close to this. Objects for experiment satisfactory. Objects, maybe protests, and this would be protests. Experiment satisfactory, protests, and then objects, protests. So, okay. And here I think we've got ourselves a royal assent. I mean, I think. How can I make that work? I don't know. How do we do, Bob? Okay, I'm not seeing any holes. If you see one and you want to ruin my day, then by all means shoot me a note and let me know. But this was a clever grid, Vlad. Well done, madam or sir or madam. What a lovely experience. I can only imagine what tomorrow's going to bring. Bring down our banniere, Dad, do. And we'll call this a good day. I would really appreciate it if you could give us a like. You know, this Yank is trying to make things work, and it would be really helpful if you could just get a little bit of support on that by helping the algorithm figure out who you are in a way, like what your habits are, so we can find others just like you. Because that's what we want. We want yous out there, and we want to make more use of the community. So that'd be fantastic, and I'd really appreciate that. If you haven't subscribed, I would certainly appreciate that as well. We're on our way to 8,000 subscribers. There was a time when I never thought we'd be beyond 800, and so I'm very proud of that. I mean, there's no question about it, and I love this community more than anything. And so thank you all so much for your support, your determination in being supportive, and all that you do to make it home, really, and my favorite place to be during the week. That said, until we see you tomorrow for the Wednesday Cryptic and the Wednesday New York Times Crossword, ich wünsche Ihnen einen schönen Tag noch. Auf Wiedersehen. Tschüss. Servus. Grüß Gott. Ciao. Cin-Cin. Be well out there. Be nice to strangers. And remember always, the thicker that accent that you're hearing from somebody, the more courageous, the more valorous the soul of the person with that accent, right? It really is an act of bravery to travel into unknown lands. And so be well until tomorrow. Looking forward to seeing you then. Thank you for everything. Cin-Cin.